famous goat's toe. Now the fly itself is very simple and effective. Sea trout, salmon, brown trout fly, and the original one is this one at the top here. That's the goat's toe at the top. The slight variant of that fly is the chartreuse with the red head. Everything's the same except the wool and the tail and the rib. And then one of mine, in the style of the goat's toe, you must have the nice long hackle. It works extremely well in the lochs, especially for the brown trout and for the sea trout, and it does catch the salmon as well. Now, as I say, it's very simple to tie. The hook I'm using is a strong hook. It's a B175 size 10. Now you can go a size above and you can go below. It's entirely up to yourself. Thread I'm going to be using is a Uni 80 in black. Now you simply put down a layer of thread, full length of the shank, all the way down. And so when you let the bobbin go, the thread's in line with the barb of the hook. You can remove the waste piece, just cut it off or break off, it's entirely up to yourself. Now, to be honest, this is the best wool you should use. I mean, it's just it's a nice bright red wool. And the chartreuse one, again, it's just normal wool, which you can use. It works extremely well. So you don't have to buy the best materials. These are that work best on these flies. This is the length of the wool, which I'm going to tie down. Full length of the body. See the length now. It's important that you get the length. Now you need at least 1.5 mm, 2 mm from the eye to tie in the hackle. The length of the tail is quite long. Have it much the length of the body, which is there. Then, taking a strand from the wool, just take it off. It's going to be a rib. Tie it on the side, the full length of the body again, with another turn, just to hold it just now. Then, what I would do is really take the thread up, nice and tight, tidy up, all the way up. Just take your time. If it comes to it, take it all the way up to the eye, which I'm going to do, and then come all the way back down. Doesn't have to be touching turns on the way back down. Get towards the back here, then you get close to the tail, keep going until you tidy up, and that's you right on the point where you want to tie in your body material. Body material is simple. Peacock kerel. Just peacock kerel itself. Something with a good fibre length in it. You want 2 to 3 lengths. In this case I'm going to put 3 on. Now I tie these in by the tip. Now the very points are quite brittle, so cut away about an inch or so and line them up, offer them to the side, pull them in to the length of the body, and again, nice and neat, take a thread up, tie this in. And then, in this case, what I'm going to do is bring the peacock herald fibres the opposite way. I actually wind my rib on and my thread. Now, bring it all the way up until you're about, say, 1.5 mm from the eye. Just bring it across your thread. Take your thread over the top and do one across the peacock herald and then one onto the hook itself. Repeat this 2 or 3 times. And then trim away the waste. Important part is going to be the rib. Now you must tighten this up. Just spin it, tighten it up, and then bring this up as your rib. Do a single turn at the back, and bring it through nice and tight. Always keeping or twisting the wheel as you go to keep it tight. Then any herald, any fibres going forward with the eye, just stroke them back with your fingers, and then bring up the wool, which will lock them back, cross your thread, and then tie it down. Bring the thread back up, and then trim away the excess. Keep it nice and tight and get the scissors right in and trim it away. And tidy up. Get the length that you need. I say around about 1.5 to 2 mil. To air the tail out a wee bit, piece of Velcro, just rub it at the back, and there you go, that's your tail, nicely fluffed out. If you want to line up a wee bit, go with your scissors. There you go. Now, as I say, for the wing, this is a peacock neck feather. Got a lovely blue, green tinge to it. More blue that you're looking for than anything, but you'll see that nice blue shine from it. Just need the one. Quite easy to prepare. Just remove the fluff from the bottom. And you tie this in by the tip. So what I do is I stroke back the fibres until I find the tip, which is there. Then I come in with the good side of the feather facing myself, which is the front, and then take the thread down and fold back the tip. Bring the thread back up and back down. You could leave the tip in if you wish, but I like to trim it away. And then come up, holding the stem. Now these stems are quite thick, so you get plenty of grip. Just stroke back the fibres, and then do one turn in front of the other, all the way around, stroking the fibres back as you go. Now you get to this point here. All I'm doing here is rolling the fibres in my fingers. Bring the thread up into the stem, nice and tight, and put a 90-degree bend in. Keep it nice and tight, then take your thread down to the eye, fold this back, and then start to come back up. Halfway back up, stop at this point, and trim away the tip of the stem, and then carry on up, tidying. If you cut it near the end, it'll leave a wee stump. Always cut it halfway up. And there you are. That's really the famous goat stow. An excellent fly to have in your box. As I said, you will take brown trout, sea trout, and even salmon with this fly. Normally fished in the lochs, but to be honest, fish it in the rivers as well. All we have to do now is varnish the head, a couple of coats. I like to use a brush, just all the way around. There you go. As I said, you can do the variants. The original is a very good fly, but so are the other two patterns that's there, as you can see. They're very good variants to it, and they all work. So, fly certainly worth having in your box. Now, if you want to reduce the size of the hackle, you can get smaller ones, but you'd have to buy the neck, the full neck. Or what I do is I remove the fluff from the feather, and then I remove the point, take the point off, and then I roll these fibres round the hook to the length that I would like and the size of fly. And if you're fishing in international competition, obviously you go to within the international size. Again, you would have to do this, or as I say, get smaller feathers. You can get them, but when you buy these packets, you'll find they're all much the same size. And this is a peacock neck feather, and I get it from a company called Vineyards. Anyway, as I said, that's your famous goat stow. A fly certainly worth having in your box for fishing here, all over Europe, for salmon, sea trout and brown trout.